this week's Cruise Chat. I'm Kathleen Penner, owner of Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and today I'm joined by Peter, and Peter is from Crystal Cruises. I've had the pleasure of meeting with Peter a few extra times before, and I actually went along and made playlists for each cruise line so that you can see all of our past episodes as opposed to me mentioning them, which ones to go back on. So make sure that you click on the Crystal playlist and look at all those great episodes that we have after you're done watching this one, because it's a lot of great information we're going to give to you today. So over to you.
Thanks, Kathleen. Nice to be here. It's, hope your summer was well and getting some bookings into 2022 and 2023 as we spoke about. So it's definitely an interesting year, but I really appreciate, you inviting me on, and I'm going to talk really just briefly about some river product that we do have right into 2023. We have all of our river product out, and also talk about a little bit of our solo rates that we have, no single supplements on the Crystal Mozart, which is wonderful for any of those solo travelers out there.
Absolutely.
As well. So I just wanted to say we're really happy. As of yesterday and the day before, August 29th and August 30th, we've had the return of our service of Crystal Revel and Crystal Debussy, which we're really excited. I mean, nothing makes us happier than getting back on the water safe and healthy, and having our wonderful Crystal family, our employees, back working, which they are so desperately to do. Yes. And they look forward to welcoming, your guests, our guests, your clients, and my clients on there as well. So we had, in the midst of the cruising right now, they're almost at 100% occupancy, but we do, of course, always leave staterooms empty as per the CDC guideline for quarantine staterooms. So we're really excited about that. And I've got some little photos of some of the crew members. This is on the Debussy. They're wearing their masks and getting ready to welcome the guests. And of course, the Crystal Revel, the wonderful greeter, the host, as you come on board. And then our wonderful family that are also there, ready to go. And you'll see that they are wearing masks. So I'm going to really just sort of talk about what we're doing with our crew, our family on board, all of really quickly, because you can get this all on our website, and it's pretty standard across the cruising industry, but all of our crew members will be fully vaccinated by the recommended manufacturers at least 14 days prior. They will wear their masks in the public areas until further notice, or until that does change, which, as you know, Kathleen, things change twice a day.
Oh, I know.
With everything.
It's hard to keep up some days, but it certainly is interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely. And all of our crew will be tested for COVID-19 prior to leaving their home. And they'll join the ship. They have to take a negative test, and then we also will quarantine them for 7 days and get them ready before they are being allowed to work, which is really good. So we take a lot of precautions in that as well. And we have our crystalcruises.com /health and safety hub. And this is where you can get more information regarding vaccinations on our crew and on our guests. So all guests 12 and over have to be fully vaccinated as well. And on this website, you can sort of look at the different types. We do allow mixed vaccines, which is important for Canadians. I'm mixed vaccine, so we do allow mixed vaccine for the AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Moderna on our river, and all of that is on our health and safety hub, as you can see when you type in crystalcruises.com. So our Crystal Clean and Update 6.0 onboard our vessels. This is, of course, onboard our ocean, river, yacht, and expedition. We do update this regularly, and we talk about the different filtrations in the room, the different cleanings and the different steps and everything like that. So your clients can go on this website and read about that. And they can also look at the different vaccine protocols on Crystal. But we also do suggest that they do check the different areas that they're traveling to. Like you and I were just talking about, Ireland doesn't accept mixed vaccines, but the EU does. So it's we've got time to look at that and see what is the
Get
right.
all those kinks ironed out.
Yeah,
Travel. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a lot to take in. You know, I long for the days of before, right? Just
Yeah.
hopping on a plane. Yeah.
Yeah, just super easy. You're ready to go. Let's go. But I
Exactly.
mean, that's why you use a travel agent too, because we're kept up on all that information. And
Absolutely.
it's too hard for the
100%.
layperson. Yeah. So I'm glad
Absolutely.
to help your
100%.
clients. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about our Crystal River vessels. We have 5 river vessels. The first 4 are what we refer to as our Rhine class ships. And they're quadruplet sisters, the Bach, the MAHLER, the Debussy, and the Ravel. And they carry 106 guests. So they have 53 staterooms and 68 crews. So some of the best guest to staff ratio in the river industry. Normally a ship that size will carry anywhere from 135 to up to 186 guests. So we're down to 106 guests.
Yeah.
And then we have
the balconies, like the windows are really big. You can tell that some of their balconies are really nice size too.
Yes, they're all panorama balconies, and I'm going to show you some photos, and there's a video as well. They're all the panorama suite balconies, so it's where you push a button and then the window comes down, and there's a railing, so it's like your instant veranda. And then also you can push another button and have a screen go up, so of course you can keep any bugs and mosquitoes out of your room as well, which is really nice. So it has that nice spacious feel, and we'll talk about that as well. And then we have the Crystal Mozart, which I love. I've been on her 3 times for a vacation because to me, when you look at her, she looks like a little mini cruise ship with a wraparound promenade deck. This is a double wide vessel that's been in our fleet for a few years now. We used to carry 154 guests, but we've changed it up a little bit this year. We now only carry 120 guests because we've created 34 suites that are for solo travelers. So every week, there'll be 34 available suites with no single supplements to any of your solo travelers, which is huge. So if you see a fare of $34.99 per person based on double on the Mozart, a solo person can just pay $34.99. So there's no 20% or 200% on that for the solo supplement. And 82 crew also, they're servicing and assisting the guests as well. So it's really a wonderful experience. And we'll talk about the itinerary that this vessel does go on. It is doing a Vienna round trip. So Monday departures, great for holidays, dedicated solo suites. So the solo suites are the W1 suites. And they are 219 square feet, which is still very good for even a stateroom based on double as well. So when you look at Crystal River, when you think of Crystal River, what is our amenities on board? What does Crystal include? There's a lot of other great river lines out there. They're all wonderful. I'm friends with a lot of the reps there, and they all provide a great product, and we all like to be a little bit unique in different ways. But at least your guests will have a vast range of choices to what suits them and what they want in the river cruise. But for us, which is our success, is we've taken what we've done on our ocean vessels and we brought it onto the river. So that all-inclusive convenience of all unlimited, all your beverages, non-alcoholic or alcoholic beverages, spirits, coffees, wines, are all included anytime throughout the day. So you don't have to pull out your card to pay or have anything charged to your onboard account, which is nice. We offer unlimited complimentary shore excursions as well as, so if you're on a 7-day voyage out of Vienna, you could have a choice of about 36 complimentary shore excursions to choose from. And you can do as many as you want. Usually guests can probably get in 2 a day. If they're shorter, 4-hour, maybe something in the morning, come back, have lunch, and then go back in the afternoon and do an excursion. Or maybe the guests want to just walk off leisurely and explore the towns on their own. They can do that, or they can take an e-bike out, or we'll put together a picnic basket with a bottle of wine. And then go and enjoy the e-bike. We also offer Michelin-inspired open seating dining, and I'm going to show some pictures of that as well. So we have the open seating dining like on our ocean vessels. We do housekeeping and nightly turn down, so housekeeping comes in twice a day. Movies on demand, great thin TVs built into the wall. We have iPads in all the suites as well. We have a 24-hour butler service for all suites. So if you're a solo traveler in a W1 and 219 square feet, you have your own personal butler, and they're there to just help you with any excursions, just sort of make your stay more comfortable. We also offer prepaid gratuities, and that's not just on board the vessel, but it's also on board any of your complimentary shore excursions. The gratuities are included for that, for the car and driver, or for the bus driver, or for the tour guide walking around Vienna. The gratuities are included. So that's also nice and convenient. Canadians love that.
Yes.
We do 24-hour in-suite dining, and it's not just from a menu, it's from the actual waterside restaurant dining, and they will do it as a per course. So you're not going to get all 4 courses in at once. They will come in for each course being done, and it's made fresh as well, which is nice. We have our new Caudalie amenities, which are new amenities, the shampoo and the conditioners, the robes and the slippers as well. And of course, like on all our brands, unlimited Wi-Fi, which is great. So you've got that convenience of Crystal Ocean right on the river as well. Mm-hmm. And here's some shots inside the vessel. Inside some Rhine class, you've got the Palm Court, which is the heartbeat of the cruise, the Sound of Music sing-along, the trivias, or just the piano player. We do a lot of, great entertainment on board. We have the connoisseur cigar lounge on board. Like all of our vessels are all 100% non-smoking, except in designated areas outside, up on deck, or in the cigar lounge, which is not vacuum sealed, but it's got the door, it's sort of off to the side. You don't have to walk through it or walk by it on the way to the dining room, which is quite nice. And then of course that sense of space down below is also brought up top as well. We've created some great, beautiful seating areas. We have the Vista bar, which is our pop-up bar. So this bar goes up automatically from the floor on all of our vessels. And you'll see that in the video, which is really great because everything on the top deck has to be able to hydraulically go down for going under the low bridges. Mm-hmm. And then you can see, here's those panorama staterooms that I was telling you about, Kathleen, with the window that goes halfway down. You can see your veranda railing, and then the screen comes up, which is really nice. Yeah. Also unique to Crystal is our king beds. We have king beds on all of our suites as well, which are great. Mm-hmm. Double vanity sinks, and 75% of our staterooms have the double vanity sinks. Mm-hmm. This is 253 square feet. So again, you have that sense of luxury. We were always technically social distancing on Crystal, I guess you could say. I know I talked to my other luxury sales reps out there, and they're the same thing, 200 guests, 800 guests, 900 guests. So we are really had these protocols in place. And having that extra sense of space is really nice, and which people are looking for. Yes. Yes. We spoke earlier before we started, and my 2022 and 2023 business, and we're going to be announcing 2024, is really busy right now, and people are taking longer cruises, or they're they're upgrading to that lead-in penthouse suite on a 16-day ocean cruise, or they're going to do a 10-night river and combine it with a land tour, or an FIT, just an independent tour around Europe. So people are looking
to get out and to travel and to see the world again. Yeah.
Absolutely. Or even booking business class or premium economy, right?
Yes.
So people,
why not?
Yeah, people are looking at doing that as well, which is kind of nice. And we also have penthouses and penthouse suites. They start at 506 square feet and go all the way up to almost 800 on the Mozart. So we do have that if people are looking for that higher echelon of suites as well, separate living and dining area and a separate bedroom and really beautiful penthouse suites. And you can view that on the deck plans and see virtual tours on our website as well. On the Mozart, we have our deluxe suite with French balcony. So because this is an older vessel that we purchased and refurbished a few years ago, and she just is spectacular. She's won best river ship in 2017 and 2018. I mean, it's really a unique product. But again, on the right side, that's the solo suite. So you've got the 219 square feet. They're not the little slim windows. They're actually 2 full-size windows that you can just see, open the window and see. You've got your little love seat that's a king bed. You've got the built-in TV, iPad, really wonderful. The iPad is great. So you could sit in your room and say, oh, I need some cream for my Nespresso machine. So you can actually go on your iPad and send a message to your butler, and then they'll bring it in. Or of course you can pick up the phone and call your butler, and you can adjust all the heating controls and order room service. You can book shore excursions, or you can read newspapers around the world, or just simply check your email as well on the in-suite iPad that we have, which is kind of neat.
That's great.
Yeah, it is neat. Although I always think of my dad, if he ever had it, be like, what is this?
Right.
He's not very technically advanced in that. So they would just set it up on the bedside table and make it a big clock. So they have that as well.
Yeah.
Food is also very important, as you know, with any cruise line. It's all about the food. Guests love that. So we call ours Michelin inspired, and it's prepared a la minute. So basically what it is once you put that order in, they start making that meal fresh. Nothing is pre-done. Everything is locally sourced, except for, say, the mussels from France or the lobster from either, Canada or from the East Coast in Maine. So that we fly in once a week on every cruise. So everything, the breads, pastries, everything, soups, everything is made fresh and made right at that moment using the locally sourced ingredients, which is really,
always tell the difference.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it is. It's wonderful. Yeah. And then dining on board, of course, we have our beautiful open seating waterside restaurant, and that's consistent throughout our ocean and our expedition and our river. So this, you can come in at any time. You don't need to make a reservation, and we'll seat you table of 2, 4, or whatever. And then we also have the bistro as well, which is, so let's go back. Waterside, breakfast, lunch, and dinners. And then the bistro is open for breakfast and lunch, alternative breakfast and lunch. And then in the evening, we turn it into a little tapas restaurant. So a little bit of sharing plates here and there, which is wonderful. To sort of have that alternate dining as well. Maybe if you're busy and you're on an evening tour and you want to, have something quick and light, you can do that as well. And then we also have the vintage room on all of our river as well. And this is at an extra cost. So in river, they do a 5-course lunch or a 7-course dinner.
Wow.
And it's all paired with the local wines as well. And then we also have the 24-hour pantry, which is stocked with our fresh pastries, fruits, wine, champagne. You can make your own coffee. This is great. Guests will come grab a bottle of water, grab an apple, maybe a packaged sandwich, and a coffee to go, and then they head on their tour as well. So, which is really nice. So the pantry is open 24 hours as well. And of course, with the 24-hour room service, it's fantastic. Yeah. It's really great service. Here's our wonderful crew on board. You can see it's very casual. A lot of people think that Crystal is pretentious or very formal. On our river, we're definitely not. It's crystal casual every night. They have their denim aprons, and so, which is wonderful. You don't need to bring any dress shirts for the guys, which I can only speak on behalf. But, I lived with shorts and polo shirts, and just in the winter, I did a Christmas market on the Debussy out of Amsterdam, and it was just, sweaters and, dark denim jeans or whichever. So it's a really nice casual. It's never pretentious, but it's really wonderful service as well.
I'd love to take a Christmas market cruise. Mentioning that is like, oh, I want to do that someday.
Yeah. Well, I did say we do have a Christmas market flyer you can share with your clients after this as well. Even for 2021, we have some Christmas markets. I mean, I'm getting a lot of Canadians booking more so after October, just sort of they're waiting to see, because we have a promotion right now. If you pay the 15% reduced deposit, but you can cancel 60 days prior. So really 61 days prior, if you think that the situation has not changed anywhere, you can cancel and get a full refund right back there. So which is really nice. So we're getting a lot of people that booked into the November, December Christmas markets, and they've diarized it into October to see how the situation and what's going on over in Europe and everything like that. So,
yeah, smart.
Yeah, but we do have indoor pools on all of our river ships. They are the swim against the current pools with the spa. The Mozart spa is really beautiful. They have a salon and they have massage treatment rooms. They have a male and female change rooms with a dry sauna and wet sauna inside the change room, and a beautiful indoor pool. And then this is a shot of the pool on the Rhine class, the Debussy, the Ravel, the Mahler, and the Bach. And it's right at the aft end, and it's got a retractable roof, and so you can sit in the pool and look out all at the back. It's really quite beautiful. Fireplace, stocked coffee, tea, juices, and water as well. And there's even a little spa on those Rhine class vessels. It's only one treatment room as well, so the guests can go in there and enjoy that as well. Our destination discoveries. So again, that sense of space doesn't stop when you're on our river cruise. It goes on to our motor coaches as well. We really, it seats 42 guests. We never really fill it out. So if you're driving the full day to Salzburg or Český Krumlov, you can enjoy. I did that, and it was in the middle of summer, and they had like 26 people on the buses, and it was multiple buses going. And what's really nice is it's the same driver throughout your voyage, so there's no swapping. So there's a lot of camaraderie, there's a lot of get to know your driver. Remember, the gratuities are always included with the driver, so guests don't need to feel obligated to tip or anything at the end. It's Wi-Fi on board our motor coaches as well, USB plug-in. So that's where guests catch up on any long shore excursions. They catch up on their social media and recharge their phone on the way back from visiting, say, Salzburg for that 9-hour tour. So it's really nice. So you have that nice. And what also you can do is once your booking is paid in full, your guests can go on what's called PCPC. It's our Priority Check-in and Planning Center. And that's when you can go in and start selecting and booking your shore excursions, booking your complimentary shore excursions, booking your spa appointments, or anything like that, which is nice. So they have the flexibility to do that. So looking at some destinations for 2021 and 2022, here's where you can sort of see in a nutshell. We're only in Europe because we only have the 5 vessels. So the Moselle, the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube that we are sailing into. And so for 2021, we do have some eastbound departures, and this is on the Crystal Ravel that I showed photos, and it's doing Vilshofen to Budapest, and it does an overnight in Vienna and Budapest, which is wonderful, doing those overnights. And you can sort of see the first departure was August 29th. So we have a couple departures this year, and then we also have it in the reverse direction, our westbound as well. So you can sort of see that. And then we have the Enchanting Moselle, which is really popular, as you know, with river clientele. They love that. They think it's the Moselle is some of the most beautiful areas to cruise. The river is lower, very fairy tale or narrower, fairy tale castles, wineries, very artsy. So we have a fabulous departure on October 4th, doing a beautiful 10-night, as you can see, Amsterdam round trip. And then moving to 2022, this is the Crystal Mozart. So this is the itinerary that has the 34 solo suites on board. And it does a Vienna round trip, which is, like I showed you on the earlier slide, it's great. Weekend departure, it's great for airfare flying in and out of Vienna. Air Canada started their Toronto-Vienna flights again, so that's really nice. You can sort of see the itinerary that it's doing. So Vienna round trip, with an overnight in Vienna and in Budapest, which is great. So, and in the overnight in Budapest that night, we sail by the Parliament buildings. It's quite beautiful and spectacular. Yeah. So that's pretty much the bulk of the season that the Crystal Mozart is doing. So starting March 28th, every week we will have no single supplements on the Crystal Mozart 34. So you're going to see some great availability and some great fares for your solo clientele. And this is the flyer that I sent you that you can definitely share with any of your clientele that are interested in that as well. We also have, I have a spelling mistake. It's supposed to say Dutch and Belgian waterways. Too much coffee this morning. And 2022 departures, July. So you can sort of see the Amsterdam round trip. I've had an opportunity. This is the one I did for a Christmas market. It was really amazing. Yeah, it was really, Rotterdam. I was so impressed with Rotterdam and Kinderdijk, and It was spectacular. So really, really interesting to go. Definitely on a Christmas market. If people love that, it's spectacular.
Yeah.
And then we do the Splendors of the Rhine and Moselle for 10 nights. And of course, we just have the 2 nights. So it's not consistent every week. We do some different departures, as you can see, Basel to Amsterdam. And then we do Amsterdam back to Basel, as you can see right here, the southbound departures. Yep. And then we have 7 nights on the Bach and the Debussy, and this does the same itinerary but in a 7-day. We find that Crystal clientele prefers 7 days. They like the shorter voyages because they're doing other things. We have guests that will get off, like you could go Basel, Amsterdam, and it may meet up with the Crystal Serenity in Amsterdam where they can then transfer and do that. I've had guests that have gotten off an ocean cruise in Lisbon and they've flown to Vienna and got on a river. Or they've gotten off in Budapest and they've flown to Dubrovnik and boarded the Crystal Esprit, or 62 guest yacht. And they've done some combinations, or they've done FIT, so the independent travelers, that guests just want to do stuff on their own, and then they maybe want to jump on a river. We even have some 4-nighters, Kathleen, that guests can do and choose if they're traveling around Paris and then they want to get to Basel, and they can jump on a 4-nighter, which is really nice. The price is really good. Probably cheaper than if they did an FIT hotel, which doesn't include, maybe includes breakfast, but it doesn't include all the alcohol and the excursions and all that extra.
And all the service that you're getting too, right? Like you really want all of the personalized attention that you can only get on a cruise.
Exactly.
Make sure that you do that. Yeah.
Exactly. And we also have our 2023, I'm not going to go through that, but it's sort of a lot of the similar itineraries. Yeah. So I sent this to you as well, Kathleen, that you can just send to any clientele that are looking for something in 2023, and they don't necessarily want to have a physical brochure. This is a great guide to use, or they like to utilize our website. And our website is great as well for looking at virtual tours of the staterooms and suites on all of our experiences, which is nice. If you want to see what the Palm Court looks like, they can go in there and click on that and do a 360 virtual tour of that, which is super nice.
Amazing.
And now we have a best available river, which is an exclusive offer. So we had our solo suites. So we wanted to also keep care of the guests that have somebody to share with. So we have a best available. On the Mozart is $34.99, and on the Rhine class is $39.99. Of course, our reduced deposit is 15% on all of our brands into 2023. We've relaxed our early final payment. So early final payment, if guests want to pay everything early, 150 days prior, it's an extra 2.5% discount, which is great. Yeah. If they don't want to, they just have to pay final at 120 days prior. And of course, we have no admin fees there as well. And I did send you a flyer on that as well. So it's all there as well. And now I want to show you a short video on Crystal River Cruise and see how it is on board. Okay, and we're back. How was that? It was amazing. Did you see the panorama windows?
Yeah, that was so interesting how it comes right down. Wow. Yeah.
I know, it's pretty cool. Or the pop-up bar. Yeah, a pop-up bar, which is really neat as well. So it sort of gives you that idea. And I'm going to finish off by just saying, because a lot of people say, well, who is going on a Crystal River? Because we are an ocean cruise line and we've kind of come into this river industry. So it's quite interesting. And you as a business owner will love this, because 58% of Crystal River are new to Crystal guests. They've never been on an ocean or an expedition. They are trying Crystal for the first time. And as a business owner, that's huge. 42% are our repeat clientele, which we call Crystal Society guests.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're coming from the 58% new to Crystal. They're coming from, because they tell us, we ask in our post questionnaire, they're coming from Oceania and Regent and Seabourn and Silver Sea celebrities. So they do recognize the luxury or the premium, upscale premium luxury of those ocean. So they may be Silver Sea clientele, and they know that Crystal is with Silver Sea in the luxury, but since Silver Sea doesn't have a river, they try Crystal. They may never come back to Crystal. They're not going to go on Crystal Ocean because they love their Silver Sea, right? But they come on, they try Crystal River, which is nice. Same with the Seabourn and the Regent as well. So that's really kind of nice for people to try. If you can identify with that luxury, that butler service and everything, this would be a good one. We also get a lot of course, FIT travelers traveling around, staying at the Four Seasons or boutique hotels in Europe. They can jump on a 4-nighter or a 7-nighter, and they're trying it as well. So don't discount Crystal out as something to do if somebody's going away. If you're going away for 15 days or 3 weeks in Europe, and a nice 4-nighter fits in, what a great way to mix it up a little bit. For sure. Yeah, it's quite exciting. And that's the end of my presentation. And Kathleen Penner is here at Kathleen@plentyofsunshinetravel.com. She can be reached at 905-807-7737. And she's got a fantastic YouTube channel. I love it. And of course, you're on your Insta. You're an Instagram girl and Facebook.
Facebook, yes. Absolutely.
And that's your husband.
It is, yes. Yeah, we were cruising and we took a picture of the two of us and stuck it there. Yeah.
He probably loves that you're in the travel industry because he's your +1 all the time.
All the time. He loves to cruise. Absolutely.
I love it.
We were looking over some other cruises even this week, and he's like, oh, there's too many. I can't narrow it down. So
poor guy. Oh, such problems.
First world problems, I'm telling you.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, and absolutely, give me a call. I always answer my phone. You don't need to press 1 to get through to anybody. It's direct. It's going to be me every time. So send me an email and I'll answer you right away as well. So I look forward to helping everybody with their adventures too. Thank you so much, Peter, for putting all that together. That was just fabulous. I love learning more about each cruise line, and I love Crystal's brand, and I think it's wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Kathleen, for your support over the past 60 months, especially. You've been just a rock star. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And I hope everybody has a great week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much for watching this week's cruise chat with Peter from Crystal Cruises. It was really, really nice to see some of their itineraries, to do a brief overview of their Christmas markets, which when we meet again in February, when I meet with Peter again, we're actually going to be discussing a full in-depth Christmas market. So be sure to tune in for that. But it was really nice to see some of their itineraries and to see what they offer. And I love that they have one ship that will always have no single supplement. So that's really, really nice to see. I'm really glad that cruise lines are stepping up and doing that. Personally, I think it's a great thing that they're doing. Next week, I'm going to be meeting with Jared, and Jared is from Scenic Cruises as well as Emerald Cruises. So I'm not totally sure. We haven't really discussed yet what we're going to be talking about, but we're going to be covering one of those cruise lines. So be sure to tune in for that. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel. That way you can see the content that comes out as soon as it hits there. So you don't need to wait for me to announce it on Facebook or Instagram. You can always get a notification right away. So just make sure that you subscribe. Thank you so much. hope everybody has a great week. I really appreciate you tuning in each week. It means a lot to me that you're here, and I can't thank you enough. And I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see everybody next week. Goodbye, everybody.